It's interesting. I mean, so as long as we're going into the e-world, let's be ready for that. And in a peer-to-peer world with all this peer-to-peer media, we end up, and I hate it, everyone has to make a friggin' video of their book, you know, and once everybody's making a video of their book, it stops mattering, I think. You know what I mean? It's just another obligatory thing we have to make. You know, and it's such a distraction. I mean, the beauty of being a writer was we could be horrible, smelly, curmudgeonly people. You know, and viral. Real viral is not a video that people pass. That's not what viral is. I wrote the book Media Virus. I can tell you, I promise you, I know. Viral means it provokes a cultural immune response. Right? So Hemingway having sex with the wrong person or beating someone up or doing whatever he did, that's viral. Right? Me making an ad for a book, unless it breaks some rule, is not viral. It's just an ad for a book that I want people to pass around in a peer-to-peer way. The big change, though, and this is big, and it's the kind of thing that I'm supposed to be arguing against in my book. Right? My book is saying, understand the programs, be on the other side of the screen, see the biases of the media you use, have agency rather than passivity, use this stuff rather than be used by it. If you are not making the software, you are the software. That's the message of this book. So then along comes the iPad. Right? Now, I hate the iPad. I hate the iPad enough. I was going to smash an iPod as my beginning of my talk, but then I looked online and people have already done it. Right? So why smash an iPod if that's already been done? Because I hate it that much. Because what does the iPad communicate to the user? Stay away, right? It's the most stay away interface since Microsoft's Wizard, you know, where they have the wizard help you install programs. I mean, why do they pick the wizard as a metaphor, right? Mysterious, stay away, right? You cannot do this yourself. You need magical help. This is, they didn't pick the plumber, the hardware guy, or the puppy. What if it was the puppy who brought your application and dropped it in the folder? That would make the computer, oh, this is fun, you know? I'm in charge. No, the wizard. So the iPad, basically, it starts out anyway looking like a computer without a keyboard. And you think, well, or if you want to keep, you got to like type on the glass in this horrible way. So as a writer, what is this saying to me? It's saying, don't write, don't produce, stay away, right? Buy, right? This is a yin medium, not a yang medium, where you should accept stuff. Okay, so I figure maybe I'll try, but at least I can get this Kensington thing. It's a case that then lets me have a keyboard, a Bluetooth keyboard sort of attached to it. So I can still do my email, so I can still try to do stuff. But if you try to produce, if you try to be productive with an iPad, you run into Steve's obstacles, right? No file management system, arbitrary obstacles, things that are there to basically enforce this is not a productivity tool, this is an entertainment tool. It's not because the tool can't do it, that, oh, the chip will get overrun or the OS can't do it. No, this functionality is essentially turned off because a new behavior is being anchored. Right? People use computers. We know what this is. And on the computer, we want everything for free because that's the way it is. We can install, we can extract, we know da-da-da-da. The iPad is there technologically and psychologically to promote and enforce a new kind of behavior, right? Media consumption. It's to turn the user from the user into the consumer again. So I write these books and I do all this, oh, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't go there. This is the way to the devil. This is the way toward lack of empowerment, towards passivity, towards not knowing how things work. But I'm cutting off my nose to spite my face. Because actually, the more people that go there, the less people there are gumming up the works of publishing with all of their crap. Right? There's so much. Part of the reason why publishing is in trouble is because there's too much. That's what I said last year. There's too many of you. Right? There's too many people writing, and they're writing all the time. And the reason people devalue professional writing is because everyone thinks they can write. Right? That's why we devalue expertise. It's why we devalue the so-called elites in politics. It's why we devalue thinking, because everyone thinks that they can do this, and they can't. So I've got a choice. With my work, I'm trying to convince people, Yes, get educated, get skillful, learn how to use things, learn how to write, learn how systems work, learn how democracy works. You can do it. The masses are not stupid, right? Lippmann was wrong. We don't want a benevolent elite to run everything and just manufacture your consent. We want an educated population who can actually enact democracy, make conscious choices about how they live, recognize the systems that are oppressing them, rework them, and hack their way through to a better, more participatory life with agency. Become the programmer rather than the programmed. But I'm writing books to say that in a world where so many people think they have that ability but actually don't, that I'm killing my market. So on a certain level, I'm thinking, well, fine. Let them eat iPad, right? Let them go back to the iPad. Let them be retrained. But if they're going to go back there, you know, we have to at least create media and books. So it's Mediabistro. We're allowed to just make media here. We have to make media that does educate them, that does bring them up, that does help them participate in the way I'm talking about. You know, that's what we write for. Right? We write in order to bring people into consciousness, and the more conscious they become, the more like us they become, the more able they are to express themselves in ways that resonate and are meaningful to other people. You know, and as we bring more and more people into the world of expression, into the world of participation and communication, then there's only one thing left that we can do to stay professional at this, and that is up our game. You know, the only thing we really need to do is to up our game, and that means write better, make better books. You know, I've been to ABA, and I walk down the thing, and you see all of the insane crap, right? And then insane crap version 2, and insane crap the workbook, and insane crap for you, for kids, for teens. You know, and it's not well written even. I'm not just talking about the fact that, you know, God bless, we got to use copy editors from other places and we'll freelance them. You know, and it's not just the punctuation mistakes and the dangling participles and all that, which I see in professional nonfiction books. It's the fact that they don't really read. They don't read like books. I mean, God, I just picked up, it was funny, I picked up of all things, Sometimes a Great Notion, you know, this old Jack Kerouac novel. I started reading it and I'm like, oh my God, what is this? And it was like literature, like this guy, he could so write. Kerouac could so write, and I'd forgotten because I'd read it so long ago. I didn't realize just the difference, what it's like when they take the time, when you're gonna, there's a few out there. I mean, there's people, there's young people, there's people out there doing it. It's just, it's so hard to, we've got to sell so many books in so little time and so many titles for so many companies. It's really hard for us as a literary culture and as a book culture to celebrate what's there. You know, I talk to writer friends of mine who are thinking, what am I gonna, I gotta think of something to write next. You know, that's not the position you want to be in, right? That's I gotta figure out the thing, you know, and then it creates this kind of intellectual Las Vegas in New York where can I have an idea that will hit, right? And then an idea that hits for a proposal may not be the same idea that then hits as a book, right? So the two markets you got to worry about. One, how do I get an auction going for an idea among the literary people or among the book industry people, and then how do I then repackage that to try to be, to have the right idea for the Times or NPR or whoever else it is. So my main message is that in a digital world, we should be worrying less about how to make videos and how to distribute this and all that, and more about how do we find and create good writing, just great books. Because I do think, and this is idealistic, but I do think that those books will still find a way up and find a way to their audiences, because there's just going to be there'll still be so few and far between.